What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, honey, if you are new to my channel, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Okay, help support your girl. Okay, we're trying to grow over here, honey. So click that button. Okay. Now, evening, I am joined by two lovely ladies. We have Lucella in the building. NYC baby, and then we have my girl Nita the Diva.
Hey, you guys.
And you guys, I know we're sick of talking about it. Trust me, I'm sick of it too. But we're gonna talk about it tonight, okay? So Will Smith, child, we're just gonna get into it. Will Smith was banned for 10 years from the Oscars. It was just reported today. So everybody's been talking about it, everybody has an opinion. And we're just gonna kind of just chat about that and just the entire topic in general. I have said before, this is like a multi-layered situation, in my opinion. So there's a lot of opinions, a lot of conversation behind this topic, and we're just gonna kind of share our own thoughts and opinions on this controversial situation that went down almost 2 weeks ago. So I'm first going to ask you guys, like, what do you think about the punishment? What do you think about the 10 years? Do you think it's warranted? Do you think it was extreme? Did you see it coming, etc.? Let the people know.
Go ahead, Moochie.
I believe he knew it was coming. At this point, I feel like we should no longer support the awards anymore at this point, because they have people that has done far more worse, and they are still coming back and receiving awards and getting standing ovations. So and they act like they don't want to talk about the elephant in the room. I know what he did was wrong. I believe he should be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not holding other people of the other persuasion accountable. Past them. So that's where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Nita?
Well, for me, I feel like for this particular instance, this is unprecedented. So I think whatever actually happens is going to be a little controversial anyway, and especially because it happened to a person of color, Black person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Mo said it was very, very layered. And there are a lot of different factors that you really have to think about.
Yeah.
And, 10 years in the scope of things, I don't really think that's, I feel like it's excessive, because I don't feel like that's ever gone down for anybody or to anybody, but that has never happened at the Academy Awards. So, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But Will quit. He quit the Academy, or resigned rather. I don't want to say quit. He resigned, and I think it was because he knew what was coming down the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was trying to save himself from that, but it was two different things. We have him resigning from the Academy is just the voting membership and stuff like that. But they banned him from the events, the
True.
Academy Awards shows,
Right.
and everything that they have, like their little after parties and all that stuff. So that's that. And that's because of his erratic behavior. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I was of two minds where I didn't, I didn't mind him standing up for himself and for his wife or whatever. And I'm of the other thing is that your action has consequences. So
Absolutely.
on the other side of that, you don't think that we're going to get that too. So
well, I'm thankful that we could at least agree. We could all agree that at the bare minimum, his action was wrong, and a little bit on the extreme side.
Mhm.
Because for me, like I was saying to y'all before, I'm typically a person that when it comes to most topics, for the most part, I can see things from multiple lenses. But when this first happened, I was I'm being calm right now, but when it first popped off, I was irate. I was so upset because I was so shocked and taken aback by what he did. And I was disappointed in our people because I felt like certain comments I saw, I felt like were a little bit small-minded because, and I know it's multi-layered. I do. And I understand that the joke hurt Jada. I get it. But for me, I felt like the joke was not warranted for the reaction that it got. I feel like sometimes in life, when things happen, at least for me, what makes a difference for me is the person's intent. If someone cracks a joke that I don't like and I find offensive, yeah, I'm gonna let you know I'm bothered, but I'm not about to sit here and cut you off or fight you if I know that you did not have ill intent towards me. If you say, Mo, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean like that, my bad, we're gonna be cool. So I feel like for me, I thought it was crazy how a lot of Black people were assuming that Chris Rock automatically just knew that Jada had alopecia. Mind you, I'm a fan of Jada's. I really am a fan. And I don't know, maybe I missed the IG post. Maybe I missed the Red Table Talk episode. I forgot. Maybe I saw it and I forgot. I just really got used to her hair being like that and her bald, her buzz cut. I just got used to it. I really did not remember or know that he had alopecia. So I was just really taken aback how quick people were to like just not give Chris Rock benefit of the doubt. I know he's a legendary comedian. I know he's known for pushing the envelope. I know that. So maybe that's, I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe that's why they assumed that he did it intentionally. But I just was kind of shocked how people were like, yeah, he deserves that. That's what you're supposed to do for your wife. And I'm just like, all right, y'all. I'm all about defending Black women. But I don't feel like this was a protect Black women example. I really don't. I can think of 11 other examples in the world. I don't feel like this was a protect Black women.
Okay, that's fair.
I take it as this is a man who has a lot of trauma and a lot of stuff that he has not dealt with and a lot of insecurities that he's not dealt with within his marriage and even prior. And I think he let his emotions get the best of him and he overreacted. What do y'all think? Because I went on a tangent. Sorry. What do y'all what are y'all's take on kind of what I just said?
As far as the whole smack situation, I believe I told my son this: keep your hands to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't touch nobody.
Yep.
Pointing, all of that stuff. Pointing and poking, that's considered touching somebody to me.
I know people that even play about personal, like especially
like all of that.
Black people, as I'm saying, motherfucker, y'all know the code. Like, sorry, Mooch, go ahead, bro.
No, you good. I agree with that whole thing. I do believe if it was another comedian, he wouldn't have got up. I think this was something that was a building thing with all three of them. Because that's not the first time he's cracked jokes on her like that. So I don't know what kind of hidden issues they had.
Yeah. Because I stand by this. I said this in my video previously, but I feel like if it was, I know for damn sure if it was a white comedian, he would have sat his ass down in his seat and would have not gotten his ass up. And I'll even throw a bone. I feel like if it was even Dave Chappelle, I think Will Smith would have sat his ass in his seat. I really feel like, I could be wrong, but I just feel like because it was Chris Rock, because of the history, even though their history isn't that bad or tainted, like I really think what made it worse was the 2016. Was it 2016 when he hosted the Oscars? I think that because there's been other jokes that he's made years prior, and they laughed it off, dabbed him up. Like they have a history with each other where they're cool. But I think that that might have been that 2016 Oscar joke. That might have been the one that made them start to side eye Chris Rock.
I'll go a step further when what's the girl name? The chick name from Orange is the New Black.
Laverne Cox.
Yeah, Laverne Cox on the red carpet. She talked about the entanglement thing, and I believe it was a build up of him being ridiculed about everything constantly. He's looking at what people saying on the internet. He's looking at what this young boy August Alsina was saying, and I think it was a build up. He's become the like the song. The whole town is laughing at me. You never heard that song? It's an old song. The whole town is laughing at me.
Yeah, old school music. I don't know. I have to look that one up.
That's an old school song.
I feel like on one hand, yes, it could be a buildup of like all the, scrutiny and criticism and everybody's talking and Black Twitter. I can agree, but I'm leaning more towards a specific type of baggage that he's still carrying. And I really feel like it comes from deep-rooted trauma, deep-rooted insecurities, some that he's obviously carried from his childhood, growing up in an abusive home. This man has literally gone his life feeling guilty because he did not step in to help and protect his mother, who was getting beaten up by his father. So that's one major thing that he's still holding on to. And then you add the years of, being with someone for 20 years, all the ups and downs, the moments where they were separated, the moments of entanglement, you add all of that. And I was mentioning before, this is the same brother that 2 years ago, this was before COVID, when he was promoting Bad Boys 3, he went on Breakfast Club. And Charlemagne had asked him, like, yo, did you ever get to meet Tupac? And Will Smith said he's been in the same room as him a couple times, but he never had the courage to speak to him because he was insecure and intimidated by him and Jada's previous friendship, even though they never crossed that line.
I believe he told too much then.
Exactly. I agree.
All he had to do was say, I never had the privilege of meeting him. I've been in the same room, but it's just things was moving too fast that I didn't have a chance to meet him.
Exactly. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I always can appreciate people being vulnerable. I commend it. But I agree to your point. It's kind of like, okay, well, if you're going to keep oversharing, people going to have comments, opinions, thoughts, theories, all types of stuff. So there's something there. He even said it in his acceptance speech. They're about protecting women. He's still carrying that. And that's heavy. And it's not to discredit what he's been through. It's heavy. It's some heavy shit. But you can't act out the way you did. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It was exhausting for me on social media, just seeing certain comments.
The whole array of comments.
It got very overwhelming. I was getting upset. I was like, I gotta put this aside.
I left it alone. The last time we talked about it was what night was that? Who was on Miss K?
Hidden Gems.
Huh?
No, it wasn't
before that. After it was not just past Hidden Gems, but we talked about it on
my Hidden Gems.
On your Hidden Gems, and then we talked about it again on Miss K's channel. It was just me and her, I believe.
On Umbrella.
And it's just at this point now, I'm like, how can I say this without sounding like a jerk? He the last thing somebody wants to do is turn into their father.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially him being an abusive man.
Right. Good point.
If you, and I'm not saying his father was abusive in that way, and I think that was the last thing he wanted to do. So that's probably why he's careful about his image in every way.
Good point. Great point.
Yeah.
And that's the type of intellectual thought that I really like, because whoo, them comments had me like, I don't know.
Some people just say what they want to say. A lot of people didn't like him because they felt like he was a goody two shoe anyway. So they're gonna throw rocks and hide their hand behind these keyboards.
I was just taken aback how a lot of people in the Black community were just like, we're not acknowledging that what Will Smith did was like extreme. Like aside from the emotions behind it, you know what I mean? I can understand the emotions of what he felt. You know what I mean? I think his feelings were valid, but I was just so shocked that people were like, "Oh well, I mean, shoot, he slapped him." I mean,
Oh, okay. So let me speak to that, because I am kind of that camp. Like,
okay,
like I said, when I spoke about it earlier, I was saying that just know that your actions has consequences.
right?
And to that point, yes, it was extreme. Yes, it was a reaction. It wasn't a response. It was like something that just kind of like, we really didn't know where it came from, because both parties looked like they were okay, and then all of a sudden it just wasn't okay.
You said it on your video, because I watched some of your video earlier today. You said it, and I said the same thing. You were like, he went from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
And that was, to me, that was some crazy shit. Like, not to call him crazy, but it's just like,
yeah, it was weird. I just don't understand where that came from.
He went from, I mean, within 20 seconds, that brother went from laughing to them marching on the stage. Within 20 seconds, like, I can get upset. I got a little temper in here, but it's gonna take me more than 20 seconds to storm on, sashay my black ass on stage and smack the he just did it.
Right.
It's just the timing is like, because I can see if Chris Rock was like roasting them and like he was on a comedy set, or like I could see if he like kept going. But
even he said, "Oh, this was a nice one. This was a nice one. Like, it wasn't that bad." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just that shit escalated.
You know what I'm saying? You can't, like, I always tell Kevin, the only thing that you can control is yourself. You cannot control the way someone responds to you, and you know, it just kind of is what it is. And like, I'm one of those people who is about owning your own accountability and not shucking it off to somebody else.
Yeah,
like all of them arguments where they were trying to put it on Jada. Oh, she should have stopped him. How the hell did she know that he was going up there to bust that man in his face? She had a 7-foot long train on. What she's cleaning up all over herself to go get him. We don't know what he was going to do. That man is 50 years old. So you're not going to sit up here and try to convince me. You're going to tell me that a woman that sat over there and was insulted by a joke and she visibly looked upset, that warranted all of that. And
I disagree with you.
Like, that does not make any sense. She did not say anything.
Let me be a counter, because
that makes no sense to me.
I know what Moochie's about to say. I have an idea, and I agree with part of what you said, Nita. So I will say this. I don't blame her for, like, how do I explain this? How do I word this? I more so blame her, not even blame, I hate that word. I'm more so bothered with her by her attitude after it happened. Like, when he came back down and sat in his seat, she didn't touch him. She didn't say, "Are you okay?" She was just sitting up there.
Can she be in shock? She probably didn't even realize what the hell was going on.
She can be in shock, but I just feel like, as a wife,
she was laughing.
She
was laughing.
And I'm not a wife yet. I'm not a wife. I've never been married, but I just feel like seeing my elders and stuff. I've seen my father get upset before in situations, and it's not cute. And usually, as a wife, even if the other person's wrong, when your husband gets that angry and does something to that level physically to someone else, I just think it's natural and normal to kind of, I'm not saying she had to be all over him like a child, but just even a pat on the goddamn shoulder, are you okay? A tap on the back, just something to acknowledge what the hell just happened. That's kind of where I'm coming from as far as like that, like as far as like blame or anything. I didn't like that. When I saw that video,
it wouldn't have made her look no better, because in everybody else's eyes, it would have just been, it's Jada's fault. Whether she touched him, whether she did everything that you're talking about, it does not matter. People have that in their brain, and that's just what it is.
She gonna like, Will.
She could have yelled.
I was just getting ready to say that, but I was letting y'all speak. Miss K is in my head. She know how I think. They've been married 20-something years. You know your man when he about to blow his top. You know when he get mad. If he's a dude that got road rage, you know you're gonna be like, baby, don't get out the car.
Yeah.
All right, come on. You can't tell me she don't know her man.
I mean, well, I don't think
he probably never thought in a million years.
Yeah. I would say that. I don't think she saw that, because remember, he don't get bucked. I'm not saying he's a punk, but I'm saying he don't get bucked like that. So I
can see if he had a history of it. I can see if he's a violent person. I can see
but you saw this once you saw his
personality and his character.
Like, roll her eyes.
Y'all be stretching. Oh, it's okay though. I don't get it, but me, I'm not.
I hear you, and I agree with that point you just made. I still stand behind it feeling weird that she didn't pat him on the shoulder.
You know what?
It's still weird to me because of the severity of what happened. I feel like if my parents were at the grocery store and my dad got into it with the man, I feel like my mom would have been like, all right, calm down. It's just something. So can you imagine on that big of a level and a platform? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And again, I'm not one to try to blame. I'm not trying to blame her. It's just, it did feel kind of weird to see that.
I mean, that's fair. I'm fine. I'm cool with it all because I understand how this thing works.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's just my opinion. But like I said, it's on him.
Ooh, I gotta see that video. I don't think I saw that one. I
just sent it to your Instagram.
Okay.
I was gonna tell you, you might as well drop the link for Miss K, because I want to hear her voice. I want to hear.
Right.
Yeah. So
she might be busy.
Do you know how to do that?
Girl, what you mean drop the link for the for what?
For the live, so she could come in too.
Oh yeah, I don't know if she's available though.
If she talking in the chat, she could come. She answering every other sentence.
Miss K, speak for yourself, girl. Answer.
I'm doing schoolwork and listening. You guys,
just trying to support.
Humbug. Anywho, I sent you the she.
I have to watch it later.
I believe he looked at her, and when she did that look, he was like, "If I don't do something about this, I'm gonna hear it when I get home." I didn't say it was the right thing to do. I'm not saying it's the right thing. I'm not blaming her, but people's relationship is the way it is.
I'm telling you, like, I can agree with that sentiment. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it was like when I get home, you got to get upset. It's something about that. It's something about the fact that he laughed. And then after looking at her,
his whole demeanor changed.
That I'm telling y'all, listen, I worked in mental health for 3 years. I am not a licensed therapist, but I have a lot of friends who are therapists.
Shoot, I drove a bus for 20, so I know crazy people when I see them.
And I'm telling you, something that is some trauma. That is some PT. That is some shit. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there was no buildup. Like, and that's the thing that's one of the things that's alarming for me. Is one thing if Chris Rock was roasting them. Is one thing if they were in a bar and some dude grabbed Drake. Those are things that you get an instant like, whoa. You get an instant like, whoa. But to go from laughing and then in 20 seconds go your ass, sashay your black ass on stage because of the look she gave, that to me, that's some deep rooted stuff. Like, that's not just a normal, I'm protecting my, like, that is on some, oh no, I gotta protect Jada. Let me put my cape on. Oh no, let me. It's stemming from deep stuff, and I know I'm being animated. I never want to laugh at.
I would appreciate that
pain and trauma
rather than just trying to blame it on Jada. I would appreciate it from being a childhood trauma that wasn't completely healed.
For sure.
I would respect that more than that whole. I gotta deal with someone when I get home. We grown. Listen, I'm gonna go on the other side of the compound. You go over there. Like I respect. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
They already said bad marriage for life. They in it to win it. So I mean, it just is what it is.
They did say that on Red Table. They said we died together. Bad marriage for life.
And speaking of which, I'm not a fan of that either. I don't like that, because at a baseline, if you're saying that no matter what somebody does to you, you're never leaving them, what does that say? No, absolutely not. Like, no, that almost gives a license for mistreatment. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that person is always going to be there. That whole logic is kind of like drunk logic to me. It doesn't make any sense to me, because I just feel like you're setting yourself up for whatever kind of behaviors that come behind that. Whatever you do, oh well, we're just still going to stick it through. No.
Yeah.
No.
That is yeah. That's a good point.
I mean, it's just an interesting point. And I just think, sometimes as you get older in life, you start to realize little things later on in life. You realize how people have played and manipulated you, and you have to set boundaries, and you have to do that. But if you don't, then that's how things start to get all weird and entangled, where there is no clear cut, and I just like to be a little bit more clear cut about things. So
well, I'm glad, you know what, I just remembered something. So for those that don't know, I am a writer. I'm a content writer for the Jasmine brand. It's an entertainment media site. We cover all types of pop culture, all this stuff.
Yes.
I've already written about 10 articles in less than 2 weeks about the situation. So trust me when I say I'm way over it. Yeah, it was crazy. But in doing one of the articles, I learned, and I think this is true. Now I don't know if they're going to pull out of it, but I think last week they reported that they had plans to address this topic on Red Table Talk.
That's what I did. That's what I did.
That's what they said.
Pieces.
Absolutely not.
I did a story on it last week. Now I don't know if things have changed. You know what I mean? Because shit has gotten kind of severe as far as like,
I didn't like
backing out of his project. You know what I mean? Because when they announced that, he wasn't losing jobs yet. So I don't know if it's still going to happen or not. But I guess I know y'all's answer already. Like, what do you, if they did Red Table Talk, do you think it would be appropriate for them to include Chris Rock on that?
That's the only way I would watch it. If you want in and get an apology.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would watch it. Other than that, she need to throw that table out the damn window and break it into pieces. I'm serious. Every marriage that's been on a reality show ended after the whole public got into their business. Certain things need to stay private. Everybody no. I'm done with it.
I feel
like it was fine until they did that Red Table Talk.
I have to defend them on this one point, and I think a lot of us, even myself, forgot it at one point. I did forget that the only reason why they addressed it on Red Table Talk was because August Alsina brought it up publicly first.
That's it. That's the only reason.
A lot of people forgot that, and I feel like because he did that, I personally do not fault them for using their platform to speak their truth and speak their side, because they didn't blow. they didn't blow up their own spot. Someone else blew up their spot. And it became, we have to, before Red Table Talk, it was viral because he did was it in a song? It was either a song. I know
it was a song and an interview with Angela Yee.
It was a song and an interview.
Yep, it was both. It was the song first and then the interview with Angela Yee. Yep. So I feel like he kind of blew up their spot. So I'm never gonna be mad at someone for defending their case or speaking their truth. You know what I mean? I feel like they had the right to do that. I think a lot of us do forget. They didn't just willy-nilly say, hey, this is what happened. Like, he blew it up for them. So I have to defend them in that regard.
I agree with Miss K in the chat where she said include Chris and exclude Jada. And I agree absolutely because she shouldn't be in it anyway. She shouldn't be in it anyway because it's between them two men.
Oh,
you sit yourself down and let that accountability be on both of them. That don't have anything to do with you. That's why I said let men have men talk, men work that out. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And that's all I keep saying. Leave her out of it. You take accountability for your own actions and your own feelings, and whatever you did is all on you. Period.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all another example.
That's a good point.
The elevator situation with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Did they sit down and have a kumbaya moment with Solange, him, and Jay-Z? No. She just did the song, said the verse, and kept it moving. No.
So I will say that's a different.
It's not different. It was somebody doing some physical harm to somebody. That was supposed to not even be seen. Am I right or wrong, right?
It's a little different because it's family versus like.
It's still somebody.
Right, but what I'm saying is the dynamics are
the
different.
Whole thing stemmed from what?
It was her family.
They don't talk about
the whole thing stemmed from what?
It's a family situation. I'm saying
I know what you're saying, but the whole thing stemmed from what?
Wait, what? Say that again?
The whole incident in the elevator stemmed from what?
Because he was cheating and doing some F-boy stuff.
But Becky with the good hair, was it that girl? Whoever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever was, I don't want to.
Didn't nobody confirm or deny what it was about, so I'm not making no assumptions.
See, we don't know, even though it stemmed from an affair. You see how we don't know all the details? She said what she said with the little song, where she left it and kept it moving.
So with the Red Table Talk, I was immediately disturbed when I heard that, and I was like, no, I know. Because when they said something about Red Table Talk, like the same day or the next morning, that was like the headline. I said, I know y'all not doing this shit for stunts and shows. Like the Kardashians, like the mess that they be going through, and y'all not
like what's going on now, and they show us just airing on Hulu.
Exactly. I was like this. Now that ruffled my feathers. That's when I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to kind of, but for me, I kind of step back from it anyway.
I don't even know what to say because that was a lot.
I shared it on
Yeah, I shared it.
I shared it on Twitter.
Awesome. Oh, y'all can. That's cool, child. I'm still trying to learn this thing, so appreciate it.
Yeah, but I was just like, no, like the first thing that I thought, I was like, that's a red flag. But I was like, I was like, the whole thing with social media and being relevant and any press is good press as long as they talking about you. I was like, I'm hoping that they did not stoop to those type of levels. Like I really felt like I respected them a little bit more than that to even do anything like that. But that whole thing announcing Red Table Talk the next morning, I said, oh no. So it really,
that's when I was mad at her. She get on my damn nerve.
It really got me like, no.
That's when I was like, really? Now you want to push this thing on this funky show?
I love Red Table Talk.
Forget that table. Throw the table out the window.
They have some really good dialogue on that show. They have some good topics. They really do have some.
I mean, they do sometimes, but this is not the place and time for that.
Their stuff is very unconventional, and so people that don't subscribe to that, they are a little bit.
That's true.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Look, I watched a couple of them when they was first
They
coming
don't
on.
see it for them.
I watched a couple of them when they was first coming on, but
yeah, they're different.
Let me ask y'all this: so the night of, and we found out that like Denzel was talking to him and a couple other people. What were your like? Oh, excuse me. What were your thoughts, if you had any? Like, did you think?
I'll give you the night of what happened exactly. Did I call you, Nita, or I just sent it to you and we was chatting back and forth?
Because I think it was a little late.
I think it was like you see this ish.
I couldn't believe it.
Me and Miss K was talking about it.
I was like,
me and Miss K was on the phone, and my brother came in and told me about it.
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I first looked, I said, I don't think this is real.
It didn't look real at first.
It didn't look real at first.
Absolutely looked like some kind of.
Yep.
I look. Even if you put him in and did like this with him, they would have been all right with that. You understand? Put him in a headlock and did like that. You understand? They wouldn't have been saying it because it would have
get off my line with that. I cannot.
Well, you know what I'm talking about when I say that, right?
Wait.
With putting them in a headlock and doing that.
I know. Yeah.
Isn't they call a noogie? A noogie.
Yeah.
I think what solidified it as being real for a lot of people was when he sat back down.
If he would have sat down and kept his mouth shut, it probably would have went better.
For sure. Motherfuckers would have still been thinking it was a stunt.
Yeah.
He said, keep my wife's name out your Lupita, her face was
what happened?
because I felt like she was confused. Like I feel like she had a moment of, oh wait, is this?
She was laughing when she was laughing when Chris Rock said, "Oh, Will Smith slapped the S out of me."
Everybody was laughing because we were still trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
Just completely perplexed. Just didn't know what to. Yeah, I
don't know. Like I'm telling you, like I said, I don't understand. Like a normal reaction. Everybody else was giggling too. So. I mean, I don't understand like why somebody has to be superhuman and not do what like Will laughed at first too. Like, I mean, everybody it was weird. It was awkward. Like, I don't like
we'll hop on this in this chat. Give us 5 minutes, girl. Give us 5 minutes so people can hear your voice, child. Because you here basically with us. I feel like
she don't want to listen. She gonna say, "Oh, now I'm doing my homework." No, you're not. Steady. This is her like this.
Not.
Let me find out you talking to your phone. Anywho, that's that.
Girl.
So when you wrote the article, what were some of your headlines? What was some of your main?
Girl, I have it pulled up to the side because, like I said, I literally, and I'm not making it up. I wrote 10 articles.
She said she coming. She gonna be in her robe.
I said the people are gonna want to see that girl. We might shoot up the views, baby.
Yeah, we might give us a boost in our ratings. Make sure it's the leopard robe, boo.
I'm so dead. I'm trying to think. I had another topic and I completely about this and I completely forgot. Okay, so what do you guys think about how he's being affected? I gotta send her the link. Hold on, I'm over here. How's she gonna get on?
I just sent it to her.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, she got it now. I gotta see if she got it.
So, what do you guys think about like career-wise, like everything that's happening? I mean, one of the articles I did was his upcoming Netflix movie, Fast and Loose, and Bad Boys 4 is put on hold. They're not saying they're canning it, but they're placing it on a hold.
They want this to die down, but because they know he brings money into the box office.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. He'll be fine.
I wouldn't wait for the next story to break. Just wait for the next story.
I would not cancel him because people of the other persuasion has done far more worse than him, and they still they still having standing ovations, people kissing them and everything. No.
Yeah.
And
like I said, he'll be fine. All they gotta do is wait for the next news story, the news cycle to just kind of.
I think T.I. made it die down a little bit with his nonsense.
Yeah,
he'll
be fine.
Y'all not worried at all? Like, you don't think?
No, I'm not.
I mean, he was getting in his prime. He was getting minimum $20 million per role. So I think he's fine, whether or not if he works or not. Hopefully they got good investments. I'm sure they'll be fine.
I just hope they bring back Bel Air and they don't cancel that.
That's
what I'm worried about.
They better not touch that show. They better not. I mean, I'm not worried about them financially. I just mean as far as the snatching his jobs away. Like, even the fact that Netflix and Apple TV are like with his biopic, the fact that they backed out basically. There was a bidding war on it and they backed out. So I'm like,
I think he'll be fine. Why he'll be fine? Because one, he's a man, and two, there are other avenues. There's not just Netflix. There's not just Apple. We still have Tyler Perry Studios. We still have some people who were supporting him and being supportive of him that have their own platforms where he can kind of go and do something. If he wanted to do it himself, like he said, he financed King Richard on his own. That was his contribution, and he was the executive producer of that, and funded it. And so I think once you are at a different level, now we're not talking about we was talking about somebody of a different caliber, but I mean, I think we're talking about somebody that's of a A-list caliber. I think he'll be fine because
Well, y'all are more optimistic about it. I mean, I think he'll be fine. It's just I hate to see it. Like, I didn't want that to happen as far as him, losing jobs and people pulling out of projects. Because when people do that, the bigger picture is it not only affects him, it affects other people. Like, that's other people who could be losing out on money. Like, even think about Bad Boys 4. I don't know how far they were in production. I don't know if they were in pre-production. I don't know what part of filming and shooting they were at. But do you know how many people are employed on them? Like those, like in the crew. Like it's a lot of people. So I just hope it's a short pause. That affects not only the big players, Martin Lawrence, it affects the people behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Because it takes a whole crew, a big crew, to put on a production like that. And if it's on pause, that means their money gonna be on pause. You know what I mean? So
send it to us. She can't get in, I think.
Okay. I don't
invite.
Yeah, I know how to do that. I just need like her information.
Oh. Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. Hold on, Mushy, you can't.
Wait, is she there?
No.
I was gonna say, I thought you should be able to send it to her.
I did send it to her. I don't know if she's saying that's not it.
Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, okay. You don't got the leopard print robe. That's what you meant.
I said that one.
You look very cold.
I am. Thank you. I'm sorry. I gotta take this background off.
Okay.
I'm not in my studio.
You good? I got the boring.
It still stayed up there like that.
I know.
I'm the one with the boring.
Oh my gosh, Nita, your background. Oh,
gorgeous.
I had to upgrade.
It is beautiful. You guys, I'm over here trying to do my work. Can y'all hear me good? Because I don't have my regular mic on my webcam.
Audio's
Get in
good.
the conversation. Get in the
I
conversation.
know. Listen, I'm over here trying to do my schoolwork. I'm doing triple multitasking. I'm trying to do my schoolwork. I'm listening to y'all, and I'm doing my son's acting resume. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah. And I'm like, I just finished that, so now I'm trying to get my stuff, and then here y'all go.
But he deserve a trophy doing all that.
Oh,
Right.
thank you.
We're supposed to be getting ready to travel tomorrow.
I know. And that's the thing. The work that I gotta do is not due tonight, it's due tomorrow, but I'm trying to like do it, so I'm gotta bring my laptop and nothing with me, you know,
Yeah.
get a head start. But you guys were just so I
Yeah.
wish that people were in the chat, you know, to chat out, because y'all was just making some good points and I just couldn't help myself. Everything that y'all was saying. I was like, let me say something over here real quick.
Well, are there any like comments or things that we discussed that you want to kind of share your opinion on, or
Let me see the part that I think I want to just elaborate on the whole, like when if he didn't say anything, because I was honestly thinking about that today. Like, if he didn't yell that whole thing, keep my wife's name out your mouth, I don't think anybody would have caught on.
Right.
Yep.
You know what
Because
I'm saying?
Chris played it off, didn't he?
Yeah.
He played it off.
He played it off, and Chris probably would have thought it was a joke still. You know, I think he would have thought it was like, what the heck was that?
Like, what the? I mean, he played it off well.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, so yeah, I think he would have just kept kind of going with it, like, okay, well,
yeah,
and next, you know,
right. But that whole keep my wife's name, and then you saw how upset he was. It was just like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And then and then like you said, Mo, you was talking about the just a lot of people are forgetting that it was because August opened his big mouth. I never forgot that, honestly.
Okay.
I figured, you know, I always remembered that it was something that they had to do and they had to address because people were clowning already. And they already had so much to say. So they had to go in and say say what they had to say on that. But at the same time,
it doesn't change people's opinions, right?
Exactly. They should have never got on there and said it anyway.
Yeah.
Because it didn't matter. It just made the jokes more severe, to be honest.
Yeah.
And long lasting. Now an entanglement is forever gonna be oh, what a tangle web we weave is a whole different definition now.
I don't know.
Right.
Part of me, I'm a little torn. On one hand, I'm like, they should have just been quiet. And then on the other hand, I'm like, they have a right to share their truth, because aside from just the hoopla behind August Alsina, there had already been years of speculation about them having an open marriage. So I feel like
it's not speculation. They told you without telling you that they have an open marriage.
Basically, right.
But for some reason, everybody feels that Jada is the only person that is in this open relationship.
I don't think that.
I just
they are doing it as a couple. That's what they.
I don't think she's the only one that did something. I can confirm people he was messing with.
Just the wrong person. She just messed
around with the wrong person that was a chatty cat.
They both They both were, but I do think if I'm wrong. I will admit I'm wrong, but I don't know. I can't remember. I heard this. I thought she was the one that initiated, like.
Oh,
I heard that too.
That being, that's what I got.
That whole thing with the boy.
Yeah,
because that's what he is. I mean,
compared to her age, but he's not a boy. He was over.
I will have to.
You know what I'm saying?
To her age now.
Yeah, compared to her age, yeah. She's a cougar.
He was
right.
You've been a little predatory with that.
And I'm gonna go back and watch it. I don't want to be wrong. I'll go back and watch it just to fact check. But there's something I'm feeling like I heard it in the interview. Something that like Jada was the one that kind of brought this to him You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was her idea more so.
He agreed.
Have the open, and don't get twisted. Will have his fun.
Yeah, I think that's very. I think when somebody in your marriage comes to you with that idea of an open marriage, that's I think that has to be heartbreaking, because it basically says like, I'm willing to stay with you, whatever, but but it's like, I just need to still be able to do me, and it just has to make somebody feel like they're not enough. You know what I mean? So what do you think that can do to forget? Forget about if Jada went to her. I mean, if Jada went to him, or if he went to, hey, Miss Kira. I heard that she had a sex addiction, though. These are the things I've heard. I don't know, guys. But my thing is, look, regardless of who did what, or who, put yourself in that position that if your person came to you and said, I want an open marriage or open relationship, that gotta hurt.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that could be a part of all the pent up stuff. Look, I read where somebody said, that when Will smacked Chris, it wasn't really Chris that he was smacking.
Exactly. 100%. I agree. It's not like it was not that deep. It was misplaced anger. That's what they call it. Misplaced anger.
Yeah, it's definitely
exactly
a decision for both. You have to, of course, you have to agree, but that's not going to take away the hurt. And at the same time, though, it's like, if you want to come to me with that mess, then you need to get your behind on out the door, because I'm not about to do no open marriage crap.
Now, listen, most times it's the men that's doing the 90% the messing around, right?
Yeah.
And most times women are in open relationships and just don't know it.
Hello.
That's most of the time how that goes. So
open door. They ain't know the
door
is
not an
locked.
open relationship. That's him. That's an infidelity.
It's an unlocked door.
Right. Right, but most of the time, what I'm saying is that most of the time,
I know what you mean.
Usually how it goes. Listen,
you ain't know it was.
You ain't gonna be the only one getting your thing off. So let's put it.
I've always said,
what you want to do.
I've always said that, like, for me, I don't really judge them, because it is no easy task to be married for 25 years. That is almost uncommon. So I can't, who am I to like pick apart their marriage, right?
Yeah.
Because they both agreed to it. She didn't hold a gun to his head.
Exactly.
You don't know that.
All I be wanting to say.
What happened? What?
She went set it off on him and had that gun.
No, she had that bottle. Like how she had the
bottle. Like, I want an open marriage, nigga.
Yeah, right. She grew up in Baltimore, so she a G.
Yeah.
Maybe had a flashback to her set it off days, but they both agree. And to see the difference between men and women, I will say, to Anita's point, men be dipping and don't communicate. At least she was woman enough and mature enough to communicate her feelings to her husband, and for them to figure it out, whatever that looked like. She didn't go and cheat on him. She didn't go have a baby with another man. She did a hard thing and communicated what she was feeling. No matter how ugly that was, she did that, and that's not easy. So I try to play devil's advocate a little bit.
Yeah.
Earlier, this is they're just multi-layered. Like, their whole situation is just
it's fine. I mean, well, you already know that they was different anyway because of the way they had that whole blended family. Like, they've always been quite open to, like, sometimes, like, most women aren't even secure enough to have the child's mother that they were in a relationship to be going on family vacations and spending You know what I'm saying? Like
that took
women
years.
ain't built like that.
Yeah, and that
They
took
have all types of insecurities, all types of
right.
like that. So I mean, it just depends. I mean,
Yeah.
it just always seemed like they've been pretty open on both sides. It never really felt like he's been like, oh no,
Right.
no. It feels like that they've had open communication and they've been doing it
I
and
like that. And that's
Alcina messed up. He done
yeah.
up the church's money.
Yeah,
He
he
just messed
busted
up.
up.
He messed up.
He bucked up. I'm remembering now that we talk about it. I remember how I felt 2 years. He did. He bucked up the whole thing. But I've always appreciated their honesty. Where other people will scrutinize, I've always appreciated them being different or them wanting to be more open with their children or let their children be more I mean, I know it's like the new age parenting style, but there's some things that I like. A part of me is still old school, so there's certain things I still carry, but I like, there's things I really do like about, you know, their marriage and their parenting style. I don't know though. Now this is just, I don't know. With Chris Rock, I have to really give him credit because baby, Oscars are not the way I'm said it. Let me tell you a little bit. I'm half Jamaican, baby, so ain't no way. I don't, and I'm a person, I can be poised, I can bite my tongue, I know how to be the bigger person, I know all of that, I have all those traits in me, but there's something about crossing that line of getting physical. Like there's been, everyone said it, Steve Harvey, Dale Hughley, Stephen A. Smith, everyone has said, a lot of Black men have said, brother, kudos to him, because can you imagine if he fought back? It would have been two ninjas tussling on that damn stage. Can you imagine? Like, have any of us ever really thought about what it could have looked like had Chris Rock reacted differently? Like, it would have been.
I would have just been laughing. I'm so.
It would have been kind of funny.
No, Mita,
You would have kicked him right in his back and kicked him off the stage.
I would not. I would be so much in disbelief that I would not have no choice but to laugh. Like I would be like,
I would be like, oh shoot, did you see this?
I mean, look how it blew up. Just what happened? Can you imagine if he fought back? God, man, they really wouldn't have invited no Black people. That would have been some ish. For real.
I like how you said you can, like, for me, when it comes to talk, I think I can hold it down, like, and not react off of so much talking. But it's like once you hit me, that's a whole nother story.
Yep.
Even when I was growing up, sometimes, people would talk so much, and sometimes, people talk so hard that they could intimidate you a little bit. I didn't care how intimidated. Yeah, I didn't care how intimidated I got from somebody, huh?
Just don't touch me.
Right. I don't care how intimidated I got, because if you touch me now, I'll forget about everything you was talking about, because now that's different. Like you said, it's just something about that crossing line. And then some people have it to where they just don't have that fight in them. They don't know how to like they can take somebody putting their hands on them. You know what I mean? And I guess that's Chris Rock is one of those people. I don't know.
That part, Miss Kira.
Will, she said Will is definitely not a victim, and I wish they stopped making Jada the villain. Well, I can't agree because I feel like Will is not a victim, but I also don't feel like Jada is a victim. If that makes
I don't think she's a victim either. I think she was somebody just sitting there minding her business.
I don't know. I think maybe she minded her business a little too much, just like Monique said.
What did you think
about her?
That's what they said. They said nobody. They said that's what a lot of people are upset about. I think people are mostly upset about her reaction to it all. And
and like I said, if she'd have patted his hand or coddled him, however y'all thought he should have did, or she would have went up there and clipped over her train to go grab him, tackle him down to the floor, it still wouldn't have made no difference because y'all don't like Jada, and that's just what it is.
So, I don't know about that being true.
It don't matter what she did, because even when she came out and said, let's get healing. He overreacted. And then they still like, it don't matter what she gonna say. It don't matter what she gonna do. It just is what it is.
I'm laughing because I remember some of the comments under that post when that's why I'm laughing, because I think I was
looking at the comments.
I did
what?
I did a story on that when she first spoke out, and she had that just subtle whatever post about, I think it's time
the healing time, yeah.
And then this week,
time for who's healing?
She's backpedaling now.
In general.
You know what I think about this, and I think that's the part that you probably don't want to address, Nita, is that people are looking at the history, and I know you want to just talk about this moment, but I think what's happening is that people are looking at the history of it all, like with their relationship and just how everything has happened and how they feel like she's treated him. Even with the conversation with him talking about how he took 3 years to plan her birthday and all of that, and she shot that crap down, talking about it was too much. What did she say? It was like
it was a moment for you to show.
It was an ego thing for him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, how is this somebody, huh?
And it could have been, but
I think he was
just saying that.
I believe that when he said, I was trying, this was going to be my moment to show my wife how much I really love her. I believe that's what the heck he was trying to do. You got to think of it like this, right? You know what they say about a woman, since she's little, she plans her wedding day. Right? That's what they say about most women. And for men, it's they plan the engagement. That's what they say. The man, that's their special moment. It's not the wedding day. For us, it's the wedding day. For the men, it's the planning the engagement, right? So I feel like that was kind of like his way. That was almost like his second engagement type of thing, her 40th birthday party. For whatever reason, this man was feeling like she did not love him like that or feel loved. And maybe he heard her when she said, I don't feel like you appreciate me. I don't feel like you love me. So he was trying to do a little something extra. That's what it sounds like. But she shut. The thing is, it also sounds like she shot it down. I don't know, because I feel like sometimes when we talk about a man and we talk about a woman, I don't ever think that you see the side of where the man is coming from, Nita, to be honest. I don't think you ever see where the man is coming from. I don't think he's
I feel like in a patriarchy, everybody kowtows to the man and the man's feelings and the man everything. They can hold their own. Like I really don't. And
women we can hold our own too. That's what Jada said, right?
Exactly.
She said, I don't need nobody defending me. Okay.
Exactly. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. What we talking about?
There was a couple.
What everybody been talking about, America.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, y'all both said comments that has my wheels turning. Trying to think what you just said, Ms. K. Like, I know what you said, but I'm trying to think about what I was thinking. It seems like, again, the history between them. I'm not saying he's a punk, or I'm not saying he don't speak up. I'm not saying that. We don't live with those people. I don't know.
Right.
But from the outside looking in, it does sometimes appear like Jada wears the pants. And I hate to be misogynistic and stuff like that, but I just feel like again, a lot of this could stem from his own trauma and stuff from back in the day, but it just seems like and he carries, people don't talk about this, he still carries a lot of hurt from his first marriage failing. I feel like there's something within him that's like, I will do whatever I can to keep this woman. Yeah. It's something, because I've watched interviews. I've watched interviews where he talked about his first marriage and how it failed and the things that he did wrong, and there's a hurt that he's still carrying from a lot of stuff, and it's sad. it's sad. I know he was already in therapy prior, but I need him to go back to therapy ASAP because
Yeah.
there's a lot of, and it's no shade. Again, I worked in mental health. I'm a big mental health advocate. I go to therapy. I feel like everybody should go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's no slight to him when I say that. It's just there is still some severe things that are going on, and we kind of just witnessed it, like it bubbled, and he, poor Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It was misplaced. It was misplaced anger. Is how I see it. Like
he gonna be all right.
You see what D said? He needs to exercise that simp from his soul.
He,
Chris gonna be all right.
Wait, where's the comment?
Why he gotta be a simp? Can he be a person that just doesn't want a confrontation?
Yeah, I don't want to.
No, he talking about Will.
I know.
I thought he was talking about Chris.
He said Will needs to exercise that simp from his soul.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about that. I don't want to make fun of. Like I said, I don't want to make fun of someone's.
Yeah.
I think that
it was misdirected anger. So
anger. Definitely misdirected anger.
Throw the damn red table out the window and let it crash and break into a thousand.
Break it up, break it in half. Yes, seem more normal.
Lord,
you love therapy, Savannah.
You see me stay far away.
Girl, I be crying my eyes out in therapy.
Right. I have a love-hate relationship with therapy.
Okay. Like crying.
I love hate.
I mean, I do it weekly, but girl, I wouldn't say I love it. But,
right.
It gotta be done. It's my responsibility.
and it's a process. People don't realize. I actually just had this conversation with another group of girls, a part of this social organization here in Atlanta. And we had like our monthly chat, and we talked about mental health stuff. We didn't plan on it, but it just came up in the conversation. And it's just, even with therapy, like, it's not overnight. Like,
right.
You are unpacking years of stuff. And society just became open to mental health like 5 minutes ago. So, especially for the Black community. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, most people, when they go to therapy now, they're unpacking years and years of stuff. And I know it's a process, but
unlearning, relearning, reprogramming.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's hard. It's very hard.
It's a lot.
So I'm gonna pray for him.
D said that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, girl.
It's the D said Will has the wrong woman for him.
I agree.
Possibly, yeah. And she might, and he might not be the right one. I don't think they're for each other, honestly.
I think they outgrew each other. How about that?
I don't think they're for each other. Which is sad. It seems like a toxic thing. Like we said, we don't know their relationship, but it does seem toxic. Yeah. It seems toxic. So, I mean, for the man not to want her to be showing, she's doing her red table thing or whatever she's doing on the live, and she gonna show him. And he said, I don't want to be shown.
Oh, I can watch it.
Because he's
you can share it if
he basically saying like he uncomfortable in his own house, like he can't even freaking walk around without her trying to give all the business, I guess.
Record him without him knowing.
Their life
is a real video for real. Like, this is a real video.
Yeah,
it's a real video. It's not that, like, I don't feel like it's that deep, but it is that, it's surface, but it's deep. If you get what I'm saying. I've come a long way, Black.
Hey, Savannah.
Yep.
I ain't hear him miss no words in that whole conversation, though. He told her exactly how he felt about it. Get that goddamn camera out my face.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to.
I don't get it.
I ain't saying he no punk now.
What happened, Nita?
No, I said I didn't hear him mention any words about that situation. He made it known that he didn't want the camera in his face.
Yeah,
and that's what
I didn't hear him say.
But what you mean, mint?
I mean, meant no words. Like he wasn't like scared to say it, right? Didn't he say
But
it?
I didn't say
hear
he
him
was scared
cuss
to
her.
say it.
No, I don't know. I thought I heard somebody say something about he's scared to have the cameras in his house or
No,
can't be
uncomfortable.
around in his house or something like that.
Uncomfortable. That's what I say. Uncomfortable.
And he wants to have a heads
And
up
like I
that
said-
he's being recorded. She was
Yeah.
just doing it without even saying, you know, I'm
Oh.
recording you right now.
Yeah, I've learned to do that with people.
Yeah, like your
Okay,
kids.
y'all, I'm about to do it.
Yeah. Right.
Like everybody who
Uh-uh,
came
get
from
that out of
doing
here.
I have learned.
Hey,
I have
Jeremiah.
learned.
Hey, Jeremiah.
Yep.
Hey,
He
hey.
like, nope. Prayers up for Will on that.
I-
Oh my gosh, D. He said man is unsafe at his own home. Oh my
Mm.
gosh.
Damn, D.
What unsafe? Come
You
on.
That girl ain't nothing but 4 feet tall. Like, what you talking about?
Look, all I think about is Shane when she gave Rock a run for his money.
I cannot. Ooh.
Y'all make, oh, she's the big bad wolf.
I don't got her
Let
as
me
the
say
big
this.
bad
Let me
wolf.
say this. Let me say this, Nita, because I share the same sentiment. Like, as far as I feel like society, we always blame the woman. The woman always gets blamed. The woman always gets picked apart in a lot of scenarios. I definitely stand for that. Trust me, I do. I don't blame Jada. But you know how like someone can like be, how do I explain this? The wording. Like I feel like subconsciously, like she's playing a part that it's not ill intent. I just think there could be things happening in their relationship for years that maybe she doesn't realize that how it may affect him, or he's not vocal enough on how, you know what I'm saying? It's more, to me, it's more so technical like that for me. I know there are some people in the comments that say a lot of crazy stuff and do bash her. So I see those comments and I don't like those comments. I think, you know, she's responsible, but not in like a way, not in a malicious way. I
like
think
direct, yeah.
Direct. I think like we said earlier, I just think maybe they're just not, and I don't want to overspeak because I don't fucking know these people, but in some aspects, I can see how it comes off like, are y'all the best fit? Because, you know, I can see why one would think that.
Right.
But I don't know, child. Only time will tell. Do you think?
I mean, like I said, everybody got their opinions, and like I said, it's nothing for the woman to take all of the accountability. Like when people say it takes two to get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that whole thing. But who does a child normally end up with? You know what I'm saying? But all the time, you know, we're focusing on single mothers instead of the absent fathers. It's like it's always the woman that has to carry all the load, and it's people willing, men and women alike, to put the load on the woman, put the blame on the woman, put the accountability on the woman. Don't have no accountability for the man, coddle the man, don't do this. Protect the man at all costs, but why you sitting down there at the bottom of the shoe and ain't nobody protecting you at all?
Okay,
like that girl up there on TI stage, when nobody coming to her aid. All of them standing around there. He's sitting up there, bear hugging her, snatching the thing out. No protection, nothing. That's why I said they got each other. We need to have each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, they have each other. They support each other. But we are the first ones that want to throw another woman under the bus and call them bad names and call them things and not even give them the what is it? The reason of a doubt of a
reasonable
doubt.
Yeah, something like that, like it's just nothing. It's nothing, and it's programming. It's just what it is. That's just what we do. And it's just a lot of times you just have to unlearn that. And I just don't subscribe to that no more. Because like I said, they have each other for sure. You name a guy that don't have another guy. You name one.
You name it.
Name it. Because they have each other.
Look,
this how you just said, and I actually I'll talk to y'all offline because there's a topic that I want to talk about that I said it parallels what you just said, and I can tell it's already becoming a hot topic. So we'll talk offline, but I respect everything you just said, and I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. I mean, and it doesn't even really have to pertain to Jada. Like, there are so many different scenarios that I can point to. There are like, I will sit and try to do a video where you could just try to pick out, and I do celebrities because their stuff is in the open. But you can just look at regular people. You can look at how the community, the culture is as a whole, and how everything is, I remember hearing a man talk bad about his mother, but have his father on a pedestal, and the father didn't take care of him. And then because the mother didn't let him see, the father let the father to see the children, he took the children and tried and had gotten a car accident and tried to kill him and his children. The children didn't die, the father died, and him as a child, the man child, is telling the story and still has his father on a pedestal after his father tried to take his life.
Jesus.
And still talk shit about his mother. I'm sorry. I gotta probably myself.
That's the work mindset. Look,
it's just, that's just what it is.
And I respect, and I definitely respect your thing. I don't have that same. I don't come from the same, I guess, that same outlook, because I feel like the women should have each other's backs and be, I have a whole women's, we do women's Bible study, and I feel like a lot of times we can come together and we can just talk and be there for each other and build each other up and everything. And I think that's a wonderful thing. But at the same time, just because I want to be about the women, it doesn't mean that if I feel like a woman is wrong, I'm not going to say it. That's what I'm saying.
I absolutely have no problem with saying it. But like I said, I'm not going to do no mental gymnastics. I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to make no. I'm not going to.
Well, listen, when you're a celebrity, unfortunately, that's unfortunately, like you said, the reason why you do celebrities, because their stuff is out in the open. And since it's out in the open, it's for everybody to have an opinion, unfortunately. So you can't really, stop that. And it's us over here trying to dissect and, do all of this crap. That's why, personally, I'm not really, I already told you, I'm not really into the talking about celebrity stuff. Personally, because that's just not really my thing like that, because I don't know what's going on in their lives. But since it's a topic and everybody's talking about it, it's like we just gonna talk about it, right?
Kind of pushed into it, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. Like we just gonna talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But if you guys recall, when this situation first happened, I was on Will's behind. I was not happy with him at all. I never blamed Jada, and I don't blame her now. But that doesn't mean, like what you were saying, Monique, is that there might be some type of psychological thing going on. She may not know about it, and maybe he don't even know about it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a toxicity going on.
Playing a part in it, not with ill intent. It could be all subconscious, but she's
right.
There's a problem. There's something toxic going on in that relationship
and villainize somebody.
Sure.
Somebody got to be to blame. So
I agree.
When we talk about it,
and that is part of that is human nature. Part of that is society. In most cases, blame the woman. So the woman, pick apart the woman. We do it to each other sometimes. I don't know if you guys were a fan of Scandal. The show Scandal.
Yeah, I liked it.
I was a big Scandal fan. I probably rewatch a season or two once a year. I go back and watch stuff. And there was a scene. I don't remember what season, but there was a scene when Millie's character, she said something very profound. I hope I can repeat it the way she said it. But she was going off on a tangent, and she said, America can forgive a man for having 10 affairs. They will never forgive a woman for having one.
Yeah.
I stand by that. And that that line can be applied to so many
I said it earlier.
Not just cheating, but like it can be that line. Yes, Gladiator. Yes.
And it'll be okay.
I miss TGIT. That was, oh my God, that was my cat. Hold on, y'all. Sorry.
Oh, you have a cat like me. I heard, listen, I was editing my video the other day and I heard meows.
He's acting cool.
I had no idea. Yes. I thought they like to jump into the camera. That's why I never
let them.
Oh, he did. Y'all just I had to pull him a couple times.
Oh,
before y'all came on, I saw him.
Yeah.
He's acting a fool.
No, because I've been on camera with Kate for a long time. I have not
real lovey-dovey with him, huh?
I have not seen not one cat for her.
You get really lovey-dovey.
I got lucky. Yeah, I've gotten lucky. That other thing we did a couple months, I got lucky, girl. So my cat, just real quick, he is a very affectionate cat. Like,
I can tell.
He's very like, oh, love on me, but he's still a cat, so he acts mother freaking crazy. So and cats are nocturnal. So they don't sleep all night. So he'll go to bed, wake up, go to bed, wake up. So right now it's midnight. He's acting crazy. I'm not giving no attention. So
mine is over there.
Mom, yay.
Okay, you gonna have to bring the cat into the frame because I think it's invisible. I ain't
seen Debbie, come here.
You've never seen her cat yourself?
I have not ever seen her.
My cat is red.
Okay.
He probably, let me see. He probably.
I had a cat.
You probably
hey,
be
pretty
like,
girl.
What did you do?
I had a cat named Midnight. I had an all black
pretty
girl.
He's looking like, what are you doing?
He's a little fat cat.
Yeah.
But you know what? Most of the time it be the hair.
He needs his fur brush though.
I'm about to say it be the fur that makes them look bigger than what they are.
But he be looking fat though sometimes. He does. He goes through his moments where one moment he look like fat and then some moment he won't look skinny, but he'll just look,
sometimes.
Yeah, he'll look long and then I'm like, you are fat. And then like my friend will come over and she's like, oh, he a big cat. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I mentioned him earlier, Nita. I said, oh my God. You see my cat
Simba, like the lion.
He won't let me pick him up like that. He will act like something's totally wrong.
I love the strength.
He'll let my son do that to him though, but he won't let me do it.
He's running crazy now.
Because you know, girl, Mo.
It's like they learn.
It's a boy. His name is Simba, like the Lion King.
Right. That's all. Like
very original, right? Yeah, I know. I get teased all the time by people because of his name. I'm like, I know.
Simba. Mine's is you know what? My cat's name is Devi, not Debbie. Devi.
Okay.
And you know why? Because I have 4 kids, and so we found him when he was a kitten. Well, they found him. They brought him in, and we said, okay, we could keep him. And they had these names. They wrote the names down on like little pieces of paper. So I shuffled it up. And first of all, my daughter was probably like 4 at the time. Oh, right. He said nope. He was like, "Girl, if you don't get that camera, he Will Smith me. If you don't get that camera on my face, I can't walk around my own house. I can't lay on my."
Have y'all seen those cats with no hair?
Oh,
they're scary. They scare the hell out of me.
I think they kind of look a little cute.
What's the name of those kind of cats?
You sound like Dina from Real Housewives.
Okay, wait. So I need to know,
what's the name of those cats? The one with no hair.
Hey, are you a reality TV chick? Like, do you do TV?
I do. I just don't do it on my show on my channel. You know what reality shows I used to do on my channel? I always do the love ones, like Marriage Boot Camp. I saw that the new season just came out, but the way they are, I was like, I don't think I want to talk about them. It's got K Michelle on there and those folks. And then and I was doing Put a Ring on it and stuff like that. But I kind of stopped. Did
you jump back into Love and Merge Huntsville? I wanted you to jump into that.
I gotta get back into. Remember, Nita, I'm like a
You like in season 1.
the season behind, yeah. Because
Girl,
it got slow.
I need you to catch. It's
And
gonna
now it's not.
to find some time.
Right.
Catch up, my friend.
I know it's crazy right now. You said call the Japanese hairless. Oh, let me finish.
Is
telling
that
you
what
the
they're
story.
called? The
That's
Japanese.
what they're called.
My daughter she had just started
Their
going
heads
to
are so
school
cute.
at the time. Ew, their head is the worst part. They all wrinkled.
They have
They
the
look
little
like an
wrinkles.
old
Oh,
wrinkled
yes.
The
thing.
little wrinkles on their face.
Yeah.
Some big old eyes.
You know what?
Can
Oh,
I
so yeah. So my
share?
daughter, she had just started going to school, so she wanted me to put the name Devin on the paper, and I was like, "Oh my God, Lord, please, don't let this name get picked." And I just knew that name was not getting picked. And do you know that's the name that I picked out? I said, we're not naming this cat Devin, all right? Well, but I wanted to stick to the rules, so I said, all right, we gonna call him
Name
Devin.
For
Huh?
is it a boy? Is it a boy?
Yeah.
Okay, Devin. That's so cute.
But that's not his name though. I refused, so I said we'll call him Devi.
No, I refuse. What you got against Devin?
It's like human name
A
for a
human
cat.
name.
It's very human. I will say that's a very
That
human
is
name.
true. That is true.
But I mean, Debbie.
You know,
Somebody
like
else
Debbie.
has a human name in the comments. Ashton is a human name.
In
Somebody
honor of
has a cat
Devin
named
and
I'm
Debbie.
looking now.
Who said they have a cat named Ashton? Yeah, Savannah.
Oh, yeah, Savannah.
That's cute. That's kind of
human
cute
name.
though.
That is
That's kind of cute. I don't know why. Look,
cute.
some human names work for cats and
Wow.
dogs. But I just felt like
Like
Devin didn't. It's kind of like if you name your cat Shaniqua or something. Like Shaniqua, come here.
He said, Shaniqua. Come here, Shaniqua.
This my cat. This my cat Shaniqua.
No.
Well, I'm afraid she gonna be like, meow.
Real.
I feel like Devin could have been real cute. Now,
You
if you
think
named
so?
him Devon, like the night Devon,
Devon.
that
His
would-
name is Debbie. Look, his name is Debbie Martin.
If it was Devon, then it'd be like, meow.
Debbie Martin. We had to figure out a middle name, and we was like, oh, we can name him Debbie Martin because it sounds like it sounds
Remy Martin.
right.
that is a
Remy
really
Martin.
good
Debbie Martin.
Now that should have been. I like that.
It sound like
My little lashes on.
We getting more views now. We're about to end.
I know. Isn't that
We've been
something?
chatting for a while, almost an hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
I'm gonna respect everybody's time. It is getting late.
My head is pounding, y'all.
This
Y'all
day got
just don't
freaking-
know.
Oh my god, you still had your headache, girl. I
I
forgot.
still, but I've been popping, and it's not
What is
working.
that?
I
What
don't
is it?
know
Candle
what's
baby,
going
baby.
on.
Is
I
it
don't know.
the,
I might check
is it
my
the
blood
hair?
pressure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
I'm
was
gonna
gonna say
check
that.
my blood
Check
pressure
that.
and see, because I don't understand why it's not going away.
You took Tylenol.
Yeah, it's Tylenol.
Do you get headaches often? I mean,
No. I don't.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, I'm so weirded out. Like,
Yeah.
the only time, like when I first get my hair done, and you know that,
Right.
or if I pull it up, or you know how I wear pony. Well, maybe you don't know. I wear ponytails a lot. And
Yeah.
sometimes if I do my ponytail too tight, I have to.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Did it start before you started doing your videos tonight, or?
No, it was earlier today.
Okay. 'Cause I like maybe the screen. I know staring at the screen for a long
I
time.
know, and these big
The light.
old lights, yes.
So
These
we're gonna
big old
wrap
lights
it
ain't
up.
helping.
We're gonna wrap it up for the people.
Yeah, we had a good. I had a good.
Really enjoy. Thank you, ladies, for hopping on. This was very impromptu this evening, but I appreciate it.
And I love how we all had discourse and all had different opinions, and everything is just splendid.
And we was respectful, and
I
everyone
love that.
had validity in their point and was well executed. Like I think we had some dope ass conversation. I really enjoyed it. I don't want.
And then it was funny. We started talking about our cats. Like,
no, and I'm
Ram.
like,
I'm allergic
so
to cats, y'all.
glad you're.
Oh,
See, now that's why you gotta have the
It makes
hairless.
my eyes
cat.
itch and everything.
You gotta get the hairless one. The
oh,
one-
that's true.
Look more like.
I mean, I know people that have pets and it's just kind of like they pop a Zyrtec and kind of,
Oh, you know Carol Baskin.
Yeah,
Carol Baskin.
absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, she loves her cats, honey. So she she was
Yes,
popping them
kittens.
things
That
in the alert.
Like, oh my God. I think he's still in jail. He was trying to get out.
Yeah, he's still in jail. He thought he thought
He
Trump was
thought-
gonna pardon him.
I've been watching that. I've been watching Joe versus Carol, guys. It's getting good.
Oh, I need to watch
Okay.
it.
I mean, episodes
good.
is good.
I don't know what's
I don't
on
even
Peacock.
know.
I know that.
But I canceled my Peacock, so I got to the 14th, so I better hurry up.
Yeah.
Well, girl,
I know that much.
We can talk offline. I can hook you up.
Okay.
A shout out to Savannah. Congratulations on the new Black woman court justice. What is her name? Angie.
Baby, speaking of
what's-
Black women getting the short stick,
You
What's
know
that?
I'm on board.
they grilled her. Woo!
And she
What y'all
handled it.
talking about?
Who?
She handled it.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm lost too. Look, the two ones over here. We lost.
Katanji. Y'all know the one who got the Supreme Justice seat?
Yeah. After
Oh
being
yeah,
grilled
yeah. Oh, okay.
weeks.
Okay. I know what you're talking about now.
So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they've been
Jeremiah
talking
said
about it
Mary
all
Mary
week.
versus CeCe Winans next
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
reminder.
I did see that.
Is it?
Wow.
Is Easter this weekend?
It's Easter. That's probably why they got that.
It's for Easter weekend. It's for Easter
Mhm.
weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yes.
Shackle.
Right. Go ahead, Miss.
Y'all know why I didn't really care for my cat, and I probably wouldn't get another one. Is because my
Why?
cat used to mess up my furniture.
Oh,
You
yep,
didn't have
scratching
a
it up.
But I would get the little things on the door and all that stuff, and it's like
Sometimes
he
it
didn't,
don't
he didn't
work.
like that. He
Yeah.
would do it to the carpet, on the steps. He would do it to the. Is it because I didn't get him neutered or something? Like I'm trying to figure out like
My
what
cat is neutered and he still be.
It's a
Yeah.
cat thing. I don't know. They like to just.
They
like
gotta
to-
get. You gotta get the scratching post, but I got one and he ignored it. So I
He
don't know.
ignored mine too. I had
Oh, that's
one-
just something you just gotta live with as a as a cat lover.
I
Maybe you
had
could train
one.
them.
I mean, keep the nails clipped, which I'm
Mm.
bad at clipping them because it's a hassle with him. Sometimes I pay for someone to do it because it's just
Right.
annoying. But I used to have one of those little things for him, and he used to love to scratch on it. But now,
And I think declawn is inhumane. I
think
don't.
it's
I
so
don't.
inhumane.
It makes them mean, I heard.
Yeah.
It does? Yeah, well, let me take your fingernails off to see
Yeah,
if
that's
that's
what
okay.
that's their
I hear it's
protection.
inhumane, but I just.
Yes,
And that's their
I think it's
protection
inhumane,
too.
and that's exactly. It's like their
Yeah.
nature. It's so wrong.
Oh, I got another tip. Don't cut their whiskers. Their whiskers
yeah.
helps them to have direction and senses. And my son cut my cat's whiskers before, and he was walking all wobbly and stuff. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I wouldn't even think to cut the whiskers. Like you said, don't
He's
cut
like,
them. I'm like, who's
The whiskers are getting too long, Mom. I'm like, you cannot cut his whiskers.
Let me tell you a quick funny story, real quick. So I ain't gonna lie. I had the thought because one day his whiskers were like, I was like, Simba, you a grown ass man.
Yeah.
We gotta do a little trim. I was like, nope, let me go on Google.
You see,
Google was like, hell no, don't do. I said, okay, what's that?
What is this? Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me Google this and see what the hell it's
It
saying.
was like, don't.
You know, I wouldn't
Yeah.
get a cat.
I've
It's
had him
crazy.
I've had him for a little over a year.
Okay.
And I'm telling you right now, I was on Google and
you everything.
every damn day. Can I give him this? Can I give him that? Should I do this? Should I?
How old is he?
I had to learn. Well, he turned 1 year in October.
Okay, so
Aw,
here's
Whiskers do not need trimming. They got it in big letters too.
here's something I want to
Right.
tell you. Once maybe you should look up maybe when you should start giving them food for their urinary tract, because my cat got his
That's how my cat died.
Yeah, he had
Wait,
it
what?
twice. It's expensive, girl.
Wait, what happened? Run that back. Run that back.
Expensive. He had a urinary blockage. So
How?
they get like crystals in their urine, and sometimes it's because of the food they eat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It makes them have crystals and they can't pee. And if they can't pee, that could eventually stop their heart.
And
It backs up and it stops it, and it's very painful for them. So he had this twice, and I had to spend a lot of money. Okay, I mean, when this was happening, I had so much anxiety, and I was just so scared because I was, But we changed it the first time. It happened again because they said that they could be repeat offenders. That's what they call it. And he was, but that's because I never changed his diet.
Meaning, did you give your cat a mixture between wet and dry food, or were you only giving dry food?
He only has dry food still, but and you have to. And the thing about it is, the wet food is the thing that helps them to pee more and stuff like that and everything.
Wet
but
food
here's
is
the thing:
better digestive for them too. Like I do a combination. Like
he gets wet food every now and then as a little treat, but this food that we got him is it's a urinary tract food.
Okay.
So, and it's been, thank God. And I also got him cat water. It's like something with some type of mineral. It's something in there that helps keep that urine clean, honey. The litter box don't even be smelling that bad.
I need to, we gotta talk offline. I need some I
can't. Like, these cat ladies.
I know y'all like, get off my line with this.
Yeah.
Bull.
Yeah, I don't even.
What you like, bitch? I'm ready to go to sleep. Good night.
Yeah, Savannah said,
it says you should never trim them. A cat with whiskers will become disorientated and scared.
I told you.
It's like blindfolding someone, taking away one of their identifying what's in their environment.
I'm telling you, he was walking around like, I was like, what the heck is? What are you? You doing?
Moochie, look.
It's like he's doing that little Kim dance.
Yeah.
Well, why are they scared of cucumbers?
I'm so.
She got Ashton an electric water ball. Oh, Ashton sounds so cute.
Why are they scared of cucumbers?
What?
Like when they jump up when you
y'all seen that on the
videos. That's what I've been seeing, the videos where if you put a cucumber on the ground, they'll jump up real high.
Yeah. Okay, go do it.
Gosh.
But I ain't never did that.
I don't have kids yet, so this is a nice little like thing for me for motherhood, because I mean it's responsibility.
You gotta watch your kid, and you gotta watch your kids around your pets.
Keep the cat,
because they be thinking they helping, and they do
the hell out of.
Don't worry about nothing.
Verna Wilson.
She said, "Don't worry about it, sweetheart." That's what she said.
Verna said, "No one can dictate how any one individual responds, reacts, or takes a certain situation. He has lived with everyone's opinion about his life and both oversharing." Prayers for both. True.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Since I don't want to mispronounce your name, Verna, that was I like your comment. And let me tell you something that I wrote on my Instagram.
What I did.
He said that again?
Wait, what happened?
DMX.
Are you serious?
Wait, what did she say?
She said Jeremiah Latumba said 1 year anniversary of DMX.
Yeah, it's been 1 year. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Today.
It was April. I don't know if it's today or not. But
oh my goodness. Wow.
April
so fast.
Yeah. But back to Verna's comment, I just want to read what I wrote on my Instagram last week. And it really was kind of geared towards this situation. Of course, you can apply it to anything. But I said, your trauma is not your fault. But
your responsibility.
Healing is your responsibility. And I feel like, a message, for us all, not to slight anybody, but I did think about that, from the Will Smith situation. And I just wanted
Absolutely.
to share.
All
But
right.
like it's getting late. I could talk like I could keep talking. So
Oh,
like everybody's time. It is getting late. I appreciate y'all hopping on. Thank you, Miss K. I know you got 50, 11
Welcome.
there, 50, 11 things. And you a cat mom. You got 4 kids. You doing this.
all right.
All y'all busy.
Hats off to you.
Hats off.
Thank you.
4 kids.
I got this one feeling like I'm about to jump
Thank
off
you.
the building.
4 kids where? Girl.
Thank you.
I need to do better. I gotta get my shit together.
Thank
I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no excuse. Anita, with your headache, I thank you. Moochie, I know you was tired, so I thank you, ladies, for hopping on. I definitely think we're gonna have a lot of good conversations in the future. I'm seeing it in fruition. So I'm excited. But thank you guys so much. And
Oh, you're welcome. See you,
until next
everybody.
time.
Thank you, everyone, for coming on.
And thank you, everybody in the comment section. I love it. I love the comments. So thank you, guys. It's been a really good chat. So thank you, guys.
Yes.
Everybody,
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.